Hey beautiful, and welcome to week 2 of Beautiful Tuesdays. Let's do a quick recap. Last week we started at the book of Psalms in the very beginning and went all throughout the book. That meant that you read all of the Psalms, 150 Psalms, in 1 week. I hope you really enjoyed your reading. I know I did. And as I was reading the Psalms, I was reminded of how many times we see David and others pour out their true heartfelt feelings to God. And we see conversations where people tell God that things aren't fair, that they ask God to go after their enemies, conversations where they tell God their sin and how it makes them feel and how they need His help. They pour out their praise and tell Him that He is the God of the universe. Some really raw and honest conversations go on in the book of Psalms. And I think that's because they stood on the principle that God knew what was in their heart to begin with. And so they were just allowing their words to reflect what was in their heart in some very vulnerable, heartfelt conversations to their King. And that's what I want to challenge you to do this week. As you begin week 2 of this 20-week challenge, you will grab a pen, some paper, a journal, and just set your clock for 15 minutes of complete, uninterrupted time. And this isn't time where you'll be reading the scriptures. This is time where you will be writing out how you feel and the things that are heavy on your heart or the rejoicings of your soul. Pour them out to God. He knows them anyways. So take this week to be very vulnerable in your journaling. And your vulnerability challenge is going to be having a conversation with one of your friends, your accountability partners, your husband, and just talk about journaling and why the practice of journaling is important to you or why it's challenging to you to pour out your real feelings to God. And just talk about that with someone that's close to you. Your daily focus scriptures this week are going to encourage you in your writing. You know, one of the reasons that journaling is so powerful is because you can read back what you wrote years later, and you can see God fulfill those longings or those protections from those longings that He did throughout the years. A journal is really a testimony of what God has done in your life and how He has developed and brought you through.